Are you a mom that wants to make extra money? You've been looking at all these digital marketing, side hustle ideas, but you don't know where to start. You've been thinking about maybe I should go back to school, maybe I should get another degree. Well, today we're gonna have a conversation. Sit down, it's time for us to have a chat. So maybe you're like me. Maybe you are a single mom and notice that these kids are expensive and that the cost of living is going up. Or maybe you're just someone that says, you know what, I noticed that, things are more expensive and I need more money. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about side hustle ideas, ways to make money online, different business ideas that I've tried, and I'm giving you the lowdown on each one and telling you what I like about it, what I don't, and what I would do differently. All right. So if you're new here, my name is Miss Joyce Pollier. I am a woman of faith. I'm a girl mom, a mompreneur with multiple streams of income, all while managing a career and being able to maintain a peaceful, present, and profitable life. So tune in. Come on, let's have a conversation. Today we're talking about side hustles, money, ways to make extra money, different business ideas. So wherever you find yourself, whether you're saying, I need to make an extra $300 a month or I need to make an extra $1,000, there's something for you in this video today. So let's see, where will I start first? In the beginning of time, I used to do hair. I was a hairstylist. I started doing hair in middle school. I was braiding hair, doing sew-ins. I've learned various different styles. And the thing I like about hair was that, no matter how, even if people was broke, they were gonna get their hair done. So I would say the beauty industry is a lucrative industry, and it actually, what I liked the most about it was I got to meet new people, form a lot of lifelong connections. What I didn't like about it is people coming late, me having to, sit there and braid hair all day. Like I used to literally, I didn't even realize I was anemic, and I used to get very lightheaded and have to leave them in the room and then go take a nap. It was scary. But nevertheless, hairstyling opened up many doors and led me into, I would say, my second way of making money was life coaching. I would say, even though before I was certified as a life coach or a success coach, I was always coaching, because people would always ask me for advice, to the point where I just started saying, like, if you want to ask me, if you want to pick my brain, pick a payment method. And I started charging. I would charge anywhere between $57, $150 for an hour session. The person would tell me what their issues were, and I was able to give them insight. I've held challenges. The most I've done is a month. I am working on something for moms that want to balance it all, that might want to start a side hustle or a business, and kind of feeling like where will I find the time? How will I balance all these different hats? So I am actually working on a course/coaching program, because listen, coaching could be it's good, but it could be very time consuming. And oftentimes, like, people would, sign up for our session, and meanwhile, it's like an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay, we got to save something for next week. So the coaching was very rewarding, because it's amazing how you're able to, how I was able to use my life experiences, help someone else, and get paid for it. So getting paid from things that were once painful for me, like, that was all right with me. And number 3, let me share 1 second. Okay, number 3 on the list is being an author. I have actually authored or co-authored many books, like The Liberated Lifestyle and My Money Matters and 7 Steps to Better Credit. Shout out to Marsha T, the credit coach. So being an author is really cool, because 1, it opened up a lot of doors. I was able to get paid speaking engagements. I was able to go on retreats where all expenses paid, and be able to share information from my book, The Liberated Lifestyle, and do workshops and have bulk orders. So being an author is good. The only thing I would say with being an author is that sometimes when you're in the thick of things, you're able to be more relatable, but then once you move past something, sometimes it's harder to connect and want to have like that initial, I don't know if you're like me, but as a creator, sometimes in the initial thing, it's like, yeah, let's go. And then it's like, okay, well, on to the next project. But being an author is very rewarding and fulfilling, because I believe that even when I'm no longer here, just like with these YouTube videos, that something that I share will help someone else, and that is very rewarding within itself. Another thing, digital products, or I would say digital products, having workbooks, templates, worksheets. Like, there's people making good money on Etsy, and there's so many different things, saving challenges. Like, there's so many different things that people that are not creative will pay for, and sometimes I feel like we think it's too simple and we don't go after the idea. But I would definitely say that if God is giving you an idea, something that's on your mind, try it out. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Especially if you already have a Canva account and you're good at graphics. Like, give it a go. Another stream of income I tried, or side hustle, was selling t-shirts. These is one of my designs. Hold on. Oops. So this is one of the shirts that I designed. It's like mommy, mompreneur. And I have these shirts on Amazon and on my website. I love designing t-shirts. I love the creativity process. I feel like it goes good with like a brand. Like, I wouldn't just do it by itself, but look, God is dope, is successful. There's so many different t-shirt companies, especially if you have a mission or if you have like a specific audience that you want to create for. I would say give it a go. Some people design t-shirts for others, or for family reunions, or, you know, birthday trips. Like, there's so many different niches that someone could focus in. The sky's the limit. But would I do that again in relation to my brand? Yes, as a whole, not by itself. Let's see what else. Real estate was a good side hustle. Some people do it full time, but do I want to? At this point in time, with the 6-year-old and an 18-month-old, I will not be driving around. I will not be driving around showing people houses in the rain, getting in and out the car in the sun with the kids running around. Some of these houses are yucky. And yeah, a lot of clients want you to go inside with them. So I would definitely say, as a real estate investor, yes, I would do it. But as a real estate agent, right now in this season of my life, it's not happening. Maybe when the girls are older, maybe when, I don't even know if I would pay a babysitter to watch the kids to go show houses. I don't know, but you can make good money from it. But then again, too, you have to remember that you're not getting paid until the person moves in or until the deal closes. So that can be a very, very interesting place to be. The next stream I want to talk about is like the stock market. So I'm not licensed to sell investments, but I will tell you that you have to like make it make sense. And I remember a time where I just kept hearing buy low, sell high, kept hearing about people talking about, you know, dollar cost averaging, like all these terms I didn't understand. But I really saw that, okay, there were people that would put a little bit of money in and they would be able to make money off their money. So what I started doing was, it was a time where I used to go to Applebee's and spend money, like $40 on myself, with my wonton tacos, with my dessert, with my margarita. I used to get a drink, I used to get an appetizer, I used to get dessert, and buy on my own. I used to spend like $40 something. And I said, what if I took that same $40 that I spent every Friday night taking myself to dinner, what if I used that and paid myself? So I started investing with $40, and then it moved up to 50, then 100, then 150. And yeah, so you got to start somewhere. And my money, I would say, at least has quadrupled, but it took being consistent and, you know, knowing your tolerance level. Like I don't think I could ever be a day trader or someone that just always investing, because that would make my heart palpitate. Like I would just get anxiety just thinking about it. But needless to say, stock market, things that you can do passively, that you could do once, that you don't have to go out and trade hours for dollars. I would definitely say that if you don't get anything else from this video, make sure that your streams of income, you need more than one. I would say at least have 3, but make sure they're active, passive, and residual. And I'll make a video, another, just breaking those things down. So the next thing I want to talk about is Turo. And it's interesting I'm making this video today because I just had a wonderful situation. Turo is where you're able to, if you're not familiar, it's where you're able to use your own personal vehicle and rent it out. And And yeah, so I bought a car from an auction and I rent it out, and you know, people pick it up. Sometimes, you know, I let them know where to find the key. They take a photo, you know, take pictures of the car, and they borrow the car and they bring it back. And oh my gosh, like, yes, I bought the car from the auction. It was about, I want to say like $10,500 for a Chevy Cruze. I've had, it's an interesting relationship, because on one hand I'm like, you know what, is this worth it? Let me just, you know, stop and just sell the car. And then on the other hand, I'm like, no, people need to borrow cars to go on trips, to borrow cars when their car's in the shop, you know, or when they're in between purchasing a new car. And cars are expensive, so people are taking their times to purchase vehicles. They're not just going to the lot buying cars the same day. Like, it's taking a lot of research. And yeah, so with Turo, I thought about it, and I'm like, if I bought the car for $10,500 and I made about $3,000 so far this year, I guess it's worth it. Because I asked my mom the question the other day. I said, if I were to put that same amount of money in the bank, in a savings account, how much money would I have made? So yes, there might be other areas where that money could have grown more, but knowing that it's something that can pay, it's an asset that can continue to pay as long as it's rented out. Yeah, but I just raised my prices because I feel like sometimes when you're too cheap, you get certain people, but you're able to like, you know, dictate how much you charge per day. You could give discounts if somebody borrows for the week or for the month. And yeah, so that's Turo. Would I be doing Turo a year from now? Who knows? Maybe I might partner with a broker they'll be the ones to list the car and take care of everything else, and I just get a split. Who knows? Another income stream that I've done, because I am a nurse by trade, is I have had I've done home health, and that was interesting. Home health is good because you get to have a flexible schedule. You're able to, you know, see, I would say endless amount of income, because you can work for different home health agencies and as a CNA, as an aide, as a nurse. But what I would say is that while it is good money, on the second hand, I don't know if it was really worth it, because sometimes I would have to stay in the person's house for like an hour, and then the documentation with the paperwork, and then I don't like driving in traffic, and most of the times people want you to come, like, you know, at certain time frames. Maybe you have to give certain medicine or do wound care, and oftentimes you don't know what the wound's gonna look like until you get there. So I would say I would do initial visits, but I don't think I would want to do it on a consistent basis. No. And I saved the best for last. I would say by far my favorite income stream right now is being a financial strategist. I was able to study and obtain my professional license, and yeah, so I'm able to help people with budgeting, with finances, with saving for the future, for retirement. And this is a very rewarding career, because a lot of times people don't want to learn about money, but they're making money and they're not. I say that you can't just work for money. Money has to work for you. So being a person to champion, to go out there, to learn the things, to bring it back to my friends, family, and to be able to help people plan for the future, that is a very rewarding and fulfilling career. And if you want to learn more about being a financial strategist, comment below more and I will send you some more information. So yeah, so by far, coaching, real estate, and financial strategists are my favorite. Right now, I do own a tiny home that is in my backyard that I rent out. And yeah, so I'm able, it's almost like a mobile home, but it's a tiny house on wheels. I love it. I'm able to generate extra money without a large overhead. It's paid off, so why not? I would say that whatever income stream you decide on, you do need to learn sales and marketing. You do have to figure out, you know, what is it going to take to get started? Where your client's going to come from? How much time and money do you have to invest to get started? Because it was kind of scary starting Turo and taking a leap and purchasing a car from an auction for like $10,500 and not knowing what was going to happen on the other side of that. But I just knew that I was pregnant. I needed additional income. Daycare is expensive. Hello, especially for newborns. So I needed the extra money. So drop a comment below. Let me know what I'm missing. What is your favorite income stream? Things that you've tried, something that you might, want to be interested in. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in. If you watch until the end, I appreciate you. And until next time, ta-ta.